Need some suggestions for where to go on a trip to Italy? You're in the right place. This is the ultimate bucket list for Italy. It covers more than 100 of the top attractions, activities, and experiences in Italy. It was inspired by our many trips to this beautiful country. Italy is one of our favorite countries and a spot we all wish to return to again and again. Italy has the oldest and most diverse culture in all of Europe. After all, Italy is the place where European culture began. The Roman Empire built it, and the Roman Catholic Church added to it. As you travel through Italy, you'll see some of the most famous buildings in the world, like Roman ruins, UNESCO sites, Renaissance masterpieces, and Middle Age villages and palazzos that have been kept in great shape. On the other hand, there are breathtaking natural beauties and charming coastal villages waiting to be discovered. In this Italy travel guide, we'll show you more than 100 of the country's must-see places and must-do things. Follow along to figure out what you should do in Italy if you want to live a little of the dreamy La Dolce Vita lifestyle for yourself. We have broken up our list of things to do in Italy into regions and major cities: Florence, Milan, Rome, and Venice. This video should help you plan your next trip to Italy or come up with your own itinerary for Italy. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you can keep up to date with all our latest destinations. Number 1. Florence, one of the most beautiful cities in the world. It is known as the cradle of the Renaissance. Florence is an art lover's dream because it has the best medieval and Renaissance art in Europe. Florence is also an exciting, sensual, and romantic city. A trip through time allows you to feel the allure of Botticelli and the majesty of Michelangelo. It's not a big surprise that the whole historic center of Florence is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Florence is almost like a museum in the open air, with beautiful art and architecture everywhere you look. Don't leave Florence before visiting the Accademia Gallery to see Michelangelo's huge David, the most famous statue in the world. Looking at the famous Birth of Venus by Botticelli at the Uffizi Gallery. Enjoying the early Renaissance paintings by Fra Angelico at San Marco Monastery. Climbing to the top of San Miniato al Monte for a breathtaking panorama of Florence. Paying respect to Michelangelo in the Basilica of Santa Croce and enjoying one of the greatest collections of paintings, sculptures, and tombs ever made. Touring the Medici Chapels, which house the city's best collection of Michelangelo's works. Sightseeing the magnificent frescoes by Giorgio Vasari at the Palazzo Vecchio's Hall of the 500. Checking out the statues in Florence's outdoor public art gallery, the Piazza della Signoria. visit the Bargello Museum to see sculptures by Michelangelo, Donatello, Verrocchio, Bellini, Cellini, and Giambologna, which are famous all over the world. Taking a stroll over the famous Ponte Vecchio and doing some shopping. Going to the Medici-Riccardi Palace, the Pitti Palace, and the Palazzo Vecchio, which are all beautiful places built by the Medici family. Experience breathtaking views of the city by climbing Brunelleschi's dome. Sitting in a pew to look up at the fresco of the Last Judgment in the Baptistery. Enjoying the breathtaking ceiling frescoes by Pietro da Cortona in the Palatine Gallery of the Pitti Palace. Going for a walk through the beautiful Boboli Gardens and looking at the fountains and statues. Walking underneath the Wisteria Tunnel in the Bardini Gardens. Walking through the area of Oltrarno, located on the opposite side of the Arno River. Number 2. Milan. The city of Milan in northern Italy is one of the most beautiful places in the world. You should absolutely add it to your bucket list for Italy. Milan is the financial and fashion capital of Italy. It is a vibrant and exciting modern city. Milan has its own style, which is a compelling mix of old-world charm and modern, bright lights, big city style. Its magnificent buildings, museums, artwork, and cuisine are sure to amaze any visitor. The city of Milan is home to several outstanding Renaissance pieces of art. Don't leave Milan before a stroll at night around the Duomo's rooftop terrace, Milan's Gothic fantasy. Going to Santa Maria della Grazia and gazing over Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. Admiring beautiful paintings inside one of Europe's most undervalued museums, the Pinacoteca di Brera. Having a drink or meal in the trendy canal district of Navili. Experiencing an aperitivo in the vineyard that Leonardo da Vinci owned. Number 3. Northern Italy. Northern Italy is often referred to as Il Nord or Settentrione by its residents. This somehow consists of 8 separate regions: Piedmont, Liguria, Aosta Valley, Veneto, Emilia-Romagna, Lombardy, Friuli Venezia Giulia, and Trentino Alto. This part of Italy is full of amazing landscapes, beautiful towns, and historic sites that should be on everyone's list of places to visit in Italy. Don't leave northern Italy before trying to climb the turrets of Rocca Scaligera Castle in Sirmione, which was built by the Crusaders. Seeing the best Byzantine mosaics in the world in Ravenna. Enjoying the view from Juliet's balcony in lovely Verona. Wondering well about Roman Arena in Verona, which is a very well-preserved Colosseum. Visiting Verona in the summer for the Opera Festival and trying to take in a concert at the arena. Taking a stroll around Bologna's covered porticos, which are as beautiful as they are charming. Reaching the top of Asinelli Tower, often known as the Leaning Tower in Bologna. Admiring architecture at Bologna's magnificent Piazza Maggiore. Having tagliatelle al ragu in Bologna, Italy, a city known for its food. Enjoy a day of truffle hunting in the Apennine Mountains near Bologna. Climbing the peak of Turin's Mole Antonelliana. Enjoying some pecorino cheese and prosciutto in Parma, a beautiful pink town decorated with frescoes by Renaissance artist Correggio. Taking a boat ride around the Italian Lake District. Touring the charming villages of Bellagio, Varenna, and Menaggio on Lake Como. Taking a trip to Italy's Garden of Eden, the Borromean Islands in Lake Maggiore. Discovering the hidden and beautiful town of Mantua and its Renaissance buildings. Number 4. Rome. Rome is on everyone's list of places to visit in Italy because it is always beautiful and inspiring. Ancient architecture and delicious food make Rome a paradise destination. It shows off the best of Western culture. There are beautiful palace museums, ancient ruins, monuments from the Renaissance, and historic landmarks. There are also world-class museums in Rome. You can see great art from the Renaissance and Baroque eras, like pieces by Michelangelo, Raphael, Bernini, and Caravaggio. Don't leave Rome before visiting the imperial ruins, including the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Palatine Hill. Seeing the Vatican museums, which have one of the best art collections in the world. sitting in the famous Sistine Chapel and gazing up at the Michelangelo frescoes. Climbing to the top of St. Peter's Basilica's dome to get a picture-perfect vantage point of Bernini's design for St. Peter's Square. Trying to take in the magnificence of Rome's Borghese Gallery, often considered to be the city's finest permanent museum and home to some of Bernini's most impressive works. Exploring the secret palaces of Rome with their opulent halls of mirrors to experience aristocratic life and see real art. Trying to imagine yourself as a badass gladiator on an underground Colosseum tour. Put on your safety helmet and look around the ruins of Domus Aurea, Nero's Golden House. Taking a stroll around Trastevere, which is often considered to be Rome's most fascinating district. Going for a walk in Monte, the real hipster part of Rome. Looking at the amazing Art Nouveau buildings in the Coppede neighborhood. Explore Rome's Mercato di Testaccio, a busy market where local chefs compete for the best food and produce. Enjoy a meal at the Rome Cavalieri Hotel, while also taking a complimentary private tour of the hotel's impressive art collection. Viewing the frescoes by Raphael at Villa Farnesina, which are both mysterious and romantic. Looking at historic frescoes at the Augustus House, the first emperor of Rome, in the spirit of Pompeii. Taking a tour of the Capuchin Crypt, Rome's own Chapel of Bones. Attending a tour of the theatrical apartments designed in the Venetian style that belong to an Italian princess in the Palazzo Colonna. Go underground in the Basilica of San Clemente to see an old pagan chapel. Day trip to Tivoli to see two UNESCO sites, Villa d'Este, a Renaissance mansion with gorgeous fountains, and Hadrian's Villa, evocative ruins for ruined lusters. Taking a day trip to Tarquinia for the opportunity to see its Etruscan necropolis and view the frescoes that date back to the 5th century BC. Number 5. Southern Italy. In southern Italy, there are many provinces, including Abruzzo, Apulia, Basilicata, Campania, Calabria, Molise, and Sicily. Beautiful and dramatic coastlines, picture-perfect beaches, lovely coastal islands, and many ancient cities may all be found in the southern region of Italy. The beautiful Amalfi Coast and the Cinque Terre are among the most popular places. Don't leave southern Italy before exploring the ruins of Pompeii, which are considered to be the most well-known archaeological sites in all of Italy, and learning more of how typical Romans used to live. Spending the night in a Matera cave. Going on a tour of the cluster of cave homes that have been cut out of the surrounding rocks in Matera. Learning more about the Trulli buildings of Alberobello, which are shaped like beehives and can be found in Puglia. Feel the excitement of driving along the breathtaking Amalfi Coast's famous 1000 Bends route. Visiting Naples' stunning royal palace of Caserta, which has been designated a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Discovering one of the finest archaeological museums in the world in Naples. Hiking up to the magical citadel of Civita di Bagnoregio, perched high on a hill. Discovering Puglia's mysterious Castel del Monte fortress. Sailing towards the entrance of the Blue Grotto on the island of Capri. Hiking along the Path of the Gods on the Amalfi Coast, which is known for its breathtaking scenery. Enjoying a delicious meal while gazing out over Postiano's picture-perfect, magnificent landscape. Considering a hike or a swim amongst the 5 charming towns of Cinque Terre. Taking a trip to Lecce, the Florentine of South Italy, a medieval city rich in history and beauty. Number 6. Tuscany. The beautiful region of Tuscany is the most romantic place in all of Italy. It's a place in Italy that everyone should see at least once. Tuscany has roads lined with cypress trees, golden wheat fields, and hilltop towns from the Middle Ages. It's the perfect place to experience an Italian village, complete with great wine and delicious food. Some of the best cathedrals, palaces, museums, and landscapes can be found in Tuscany. Gothic and Renaissance architecture and artworks are all famous there. The Italian Renaissance, which is considered one of the greatest adventures in humanity's history, started in Tuscany. Don't leave Tuscany before climbing the crooked Leaning Tower of Pisa and exploring the beautiful Field of Miracles in Pisa. Having a drink at Siena, Italy's Piazza del Campo, one of the most stunning medieval squares in all of Europe. a cultural tour to Arezzo, a medieval town in Tuscany, famous for its frescoes by Piero della Francesca. Spending some time in the picturesque Tuscan hill town of Cortona, where the film Under the Tuscan Sun was shot. Going to the beautiful Siena Cathedral Square and the renowned Piccolomini Library. Enjoying the breathtaking scenery from Siena Cathedral's Facciatone viewing terrace. Experience the excitement of Siena's Palio horse racing event. Visit the Palazzo Pubblico in Siena, which is home to one of Italy's most famous fresco cycles, the allegory of good and bad government. Surround yourself amid Pienza's pastel Renaissance architecture. It is like a thick hug. Relaxing in an ancient wine cellar in Montepulciano, sipping a glass of ruby red Vino Nobile. Take a break at the Terme de Saturnia, a set of gorgeously blue, flowing natural hot springs. Exploring the spiky towers of San Gimignano, which is called the Medieval Manhattan and is on the UNESCO list. Observing the frescoes portraying the Black Death at the Chapel of Saint Fina in San Gimignano. Learning about Volterra's Etruscan and Roman heritage throughout the Middle Ages. Enjoying a delicious gelato while strolling the historic city walls of Lucca at the beautiful Piazza del Anfiteatro. Capturing the iconic image of Tuscany's cypress-covered landscape outside of Asciano. Visiting Monteregioni, a small town on top of a hill that looks like a postcard. Enjoying a glass of Brunello at the hip Drogheria Franzi in Montalcino. Driving through Tuscany's famous Val d'Orcia wine region while using your own vehicle. Number 7. Umbria. Umbria is a landlocked region, so it doesn't have any big cities. However, its beautiful rolling countryside and many interesting towns and villages more than make up for this. For example, Perugia, which is a lively university town with a beautiful medieval center point, and Assisi, which is an important religious hub, are both interesting places to visit. Umbria has a lot more to offer than just the items listed here. Traveling around Umbria and finding hidden gems like Gubbio, Bevagna, and Trevi is a wonderful experience, and the countryside adds to the beauty of the area. Don't leave Umbria before admiring the extravagantly colored front of one of Italy's most stunning buildings, Orvieto Cathedral. shopping for ceramic products in the beautiful town of Orvieto. Visiting the Basilica of St. Francis in Assisi as part of a religious pilgrimage. Going for a stroll along Perugia's gorgeous Corso Vannucci. Experience the beauty of a sunflower field during the months of June and August. Visiting the Duke de Montefeltro's residence in Urbino and imagining yourself a Renaissance courtier. Heading to the town of Spello, known for its pastel architecture, and the Baglioni Chapel, which has artworks by Pinturicchio. Attending the race of candles in Gubbio, which took place during the medieval era. Going to Deruta, a town known for its vibrantly colored ceramics in shades of yellow, orange, and blue. Heading to the beautiful hill town of Spoleto and seeking out its Etruscan and Roman remains. Number 8. Venice. Venice is unlike any other city in Europe or anywhere else in the world. It was built on 118 small islands off the coast of northeastern Italy. The city of canals hasn't changed much in more than 600 years. It looks more like a scene from a storybook than a modern city. It's a place where the whole city is seen as an attraction in itself. Venice is a city with a lot of great art and architecture. Every year, millions of people come to enjoy the city. Even when it's the peak season of year for tourists, Venice still manages to be a great place to visit. Don't leave Venice before enjoying a gondola ride across the tiny canals of Venice. Using Row Venice to learn how to row a gondola. Eating tasty cicchetti in Cannaregio, which is the historic Jewish quarter of Venice. Having a look at the magnificent frescoes by Tintoretto at the Scuola Grande di San Rocco. Taking a vaporetto ride along the Grand Canal to visit Venice's famous landmarks. Touring the Accademia and gazing at the Vitruvian Man, which is considered to be the most renowned drawing in the world. Enjoying a refreshing spritz at the Gritti Terrace, which overlooks the Grand Canal. Looking at paintings from the golden age of modern art at the Peggy Guggenheim Museum, which is the collection of an outrageous woman. Exploring the elaborate St. Mark's Basilica and gazing over its Byzantine mosaics. becoming completely lost in the narrow cobblestone streets and canals of Venice. Experience the annual Carnival celebration in Venice towards the end of February by dressing up in a costume and wearing a mask. Take a day trip to Padua to see the breathtaking Medici Chapel, painted by the renowned Giotto of the 14th century. Getting on the Vaporetto and going to the Venetian lagoon islands of Murano, Burano, and Torcello. Number 9. Sicily. Exploring the lovely island of Sicily should be on everyone's Italy bucket list because of its unique history and culture. Sicily's traditional foods are as varied and delicious as the island's rich cultural heritage. It's one of the most unique regions of Italy, a place of pure love and untouched beauty. You can see various types of landscapes, such as rocky, volcanic coastlines, clean coastline, and villages on rocky cliffs, ancient ruins, cultural treasures, Baroque architecture, and Italy's most diverse street markets are all found in Sicily and will leave you in wonder. Don't leave Sicily before gazing in amazement at the fascinating Palmero architecture that combines Arab and Norman influences. Looking at the mosaics in the Palatine Chapel in Palmero, which date back to the 12th century, with amazement. Having a meal or doing some shopping at one of Palmero's attractive street markets, which are similar to Arab souks. Taking a day trip to see the historic Cathedral of Monreale, a site recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Enjoying the streets of Maria Grammatico, known as the Queen of Sicilian Pastry, on a trip to the picturesque village of Erice, perched high above the sea. Going to enjoy a trip to the Segesta ruins, where the Elmians formerly lived. Viewing the Valley of the Temples, home to the most well-preserved ancient Greek temples in the world. Surprise and amaze at the Villa Romana del Casale, which houses the biggest assemblage of ancient mosaics in the world. Coming to Noto, Modica, and Catania in Sicily's Val di Noto, known for their stunning late Baroque architecture. Visit Modica and try the chocolate, which has achieved near religious importance. Looking out over what is perhaps Sicily's most beautiful town from the Greek theater in Taormina. Going for a walk in the historic cobblestone streets of Syracuse, home to a Greek theater and a Roman amphitheater. Hiking through the craters on Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano. spending time at Cefalu's beautiful and pristine beaches. Having lunch at Catania's lively fish market. There is no place in the world that can compare to Italy's amazing cities. Their old streets are full of history, and they are lined with beautiful palaces, churches, museums, and other buildings. The range of beautiful architecture on display is simply stunning. Each of Italy's top destinations has something wonderful to offer, whether it's great art collections, famous cuisine, scenic views, or a fun nightlife. The streets of these great Italian cities are dreamy, divine, enchanting, and tempting. They will stay in your mind for a long time. It is a popular tourist destination for people from all over the world, and one visit to this stunning location is never enough. If you want a specific destination, please write it down in the comments below, and the country with the most comments will be our next video. Don't forget to check out our newest channel, Relax in Travel, to bring some peace and nature into your life. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a good day.